Concerning water management in Serbia, there are three main problems that are now being solved. The first is restoring wetlands around Danube, as they serve as the link between land and water resources. Wetlands protection programs are most effective when coordinated with other surface and groundwater protection programs, and with other resource management programs, such as flood control, water supply, protection of fish and wildlife, etc. That is why we are restoring them, says Duška Dimović from WWF Serbia.
Wetlands around Danube are very special because they could contribute to the flood prevention, for biodiversity, but also for self-purification of the rivers. That's not just important for biodiversity, but also for the people living there. Traditional land use is linked to the rivers. If we are looking to the Danube basin, around 80 million people are living around Danube, so that's very important for them.
There are also new positive trends happening relating to management of water leakages in water supply systems. It is believed that average amount of water losses through water supply system are around 50%. This means that half of the water produced never reaches the consumer, but gets lost along the way. The explanation lies in system failures, from which 90% are not visible under the ground. What most water supply systems practice is passive leak control. This means fixing failures in the system and changing pipes when they are broken. Better approach is to actively control water losses, says Zlatko Arvaj from public utility company Waterworks and Sewerage in Novi Sad. Using the equipment, special methodologies, tools and knowledge, we look for all the leaks that are not seen. We find them, dig, call maintenance service, and they are repairing them. This means less damage since you are not tapping out resources of drinking water. Another method is the management of pressures. The bigger the pressure, the more water will leak. Water supply systems often have higher pressures than they need. Also, the speed and the quality of the water supply network's work service is of great importance. Thanks to this approach, water losses in Novi Sad have decreased for 7% only in 1 year, and the goal is to reduce leakages up to 10% from overall leakages. But when the water finally reaches the consumer, especially in parts of the country with no mountains, the quality of water is usually not satisfactory. Buying bottled water is not a permanent solution, since it is expensive and not always ecological. An expert, Milan Plavšić, advises citizens to install water filters at home, based on the principles of reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is an anal filtration. After filtrating, the water is completely clean. Water molecule is one of the smallest in nature. All the big molecules end up in sewerage. It is the same as when you use a tea strainer when preparing your tea. There are various filters by different manufacturers. It may be an investment, but you are investing in your health.